Hello, everyone. What a hot day. So, yeah, thank you for staying. I promise I will keep it within 15 minutes. My name is Fisher Yu. I'm the co-founder and CTO of the Babylon project. So today I'm going to share with you my view of what the future of Bitcoin and what the Babylon project and the protocols Babylon build, the role Babylon play in this future. Okay. So before I start, I would like to invite you to think about, from a crypto person's perspective, what does the world look like? What does the world comprise? Like, what are the different pieces? Okay? Yeah, what does the world look like? Oh, okay. Legal disclaimer. So, yeah, the future of the crypto world should be very compliant. So here is our legal disclaimer. Now back to the world. So to me, the world consists of three pieces. First, it's the mainstream world, traditional TradFi, Web2, you name it. And then we have the Bitcoin world. Bitcoin itself contributes to half of the TVL or value of the entire crypto world. And then we also have the altcoin world. Okay, so there are three different worlds from a crypto person perspective. The current trend, Bitcoin is getting mainstream adoption, capturing real-world values and users, right? But the altcoin world is falling behind. It's still within this crypto inner cycle. It has not been gaining too much attraction in terms of mainstream adoption. Okay, no. So what Babylon tries to do is to build the genuine connection, the genuine bond between Bitcoin and altcoin, to allow the values and uses captured by Bitcoin from the mainstream adoption, channel it to altcoin, to make altcoin better, and altcoin in return will reward the Bitcoin world. So in total, our vision is to build a more united crypto world, so that the entire crypto world can get mainstream adoption rather than being in a very exclusive small cycle. Okay, so this is our vision. Then you may ask, okay, yeah, Bitcoin is getting mainstream adoption. Why would Bitcoin be willing to share its mainstream adoption with the altcoin universe, right? Bitcoin doesn't care, right? But indeed, it cares. Why? It is because Bitcoin is an idle asset. Most of the Bitcoins are sitting there doing nothing. You think about it. What can you do with your Bitcoin? There are two types of things you can do with the Bitcoin. One is the native use case, including just holding it or use it for simple payment, which no one does. So these two use cases, holding and payment, they are the native use cases of Bitcoin, which means it is safe to use as long as the Bitcoin chain is secure, as long as you, as the user, you are honest, okay? Then for any other use case of Bitcoin, such as lending or like borrow against Bitcoin, trading, or bridge it to another chain to do DeFi, it requires you to give you Bitcoin to some counterparty, third party. It could be the lender, it could be the multi-sig bridge, like altcoin, collateral, something else. So you need to trust someone else or something else as a counterparty in order to do those use cases. So those use cases do not have too much traction. So Bitcoin mostly sitting there idle for the holders. Okay? So let's reconsider about the Bitcoin's utility, starting from yield. Okay. Bitcoin holders, of course, want yield. So where does the yield come from? There are two directions. First direction is to have Bitcoin denominated or Bitcoin-based yield, which basically means Bitcoin is transferred from person A to person B. Okay. This is not a good direction. First, because Bitcoin is not inflationary. Someone else's gain must come from someone else's loss. Bitcoin does not have the programmability to prove that someone does have done some good things for the other person. So basically, it's a zero-sum game. It's just involution. So this direction is not very hopeful. Okay. So pure Bitcoin-based utility and yield is not token. A much better direction is to look outside Bitcoin. Okay. Besides Bitcoin, as I mentioned earlier, there is a vast altcoin universe out there. We have ETH, BNB, Solana, Sui, L1, L2, LN, DA layer, you name it. Okay. So a better direction is for BTC to have a good connection with the altcoin universe and allow the altcoin universe to give Bitcoin holder some kind of reward or yield. Okay? Then the question is, why? Why would altcoin universe give Bitcoin something? What can Bitcoin provide in return? Right? So it turns out that Bitcoin indeed can provide something very useful for the altcoin universe. There we go. So the first thing is security. So Babylon invented trustless and self-custodial Bitcoin staking. It allowed the Bitcoin, the token, to be staked and secure other blockchains and rollups in the same way as how ETH is staked, how Solana is staked, to provide proof of stake, slashable proof of stake security to other blockchains, and then collect staking reward. Okay, so this is the staking security, and it is trustless, self-custodial. So staking is the new hodling, because staking also requires the Bitcoin holder to just put the Bitcoin there and don't touch it. Okay, so Babylon allow Bitcoin to provide meaningful proof of stake security to all blockchains. This is one. The second, something very important, which no one has conquered it, is called Bitcoin liquidity. Bitcoin currently is just like gold nugget sitting in your war chest, right? So it will be much better if Bitcoin become like liquid gold that can flow into the altcoin universe and provide liquidity and TVL to the altcoin universe, which will significantly boost the value and traction of the altcoin universe. Okay, so Bitcoin liquidity is the next big thing. Then by providing security and liquidity to altcoin, Bitcoin will also bring fresh users to altcoin, because Bitcoin is getting mainstream adoption. It gets everyone's mom, dad, uncle is getting Bitcoin, right? So new users can be brought to altcoin from Bitcoin through Babylon. So Bitcoin can provide security, liquidity, and fresh lot of users to the altcoin universe, so that the altcoin universe can pay like staking reward, liquidity provision reward, and all sorts of reward to the BTC holders. So this is the vision of Babylon, and we strongly believe this is the future for Bitcoin. So yeah, then our moonshot, okay, of the Babylon's moonshot is to build a genuine connection between Bitcoin and altcoin, so the entire crypto world become more united and become a part of the mainstream world. It's not getting adoption, but not just getting adoption, but become part of the mainstream world. Like crypto is everywhere. But this is our vision. Now, what's the role of Babylon in this? So Babylon, we just launched Babylon Genesis, which is the first Bitcoin secured network. It is also the first blockchain that receives Bitcoin security and provides staking rewards. But our next step will be allow other blockchains and rollups to integrate with Bitcoin staking through Babylon Genesis, so that every blockchain can enjoy Bitcoin security and Bitcoin holders can have access to all the other blockchains and earn staking reward. Okay, so on the technical side, this part is done. We completely solved every problem related to stake. Now, what's the next big thing? As I mentioned just now, the next big thing is liquidity, Bitcoin liquidity. So the next big milestone for Babylon will be to solve Bitcoin liquidity problem, to enable trustless, safe Bitcoin liquidity that can flow to the entire crypto world. So eventually, Babylon is not just providing security, but security and liquidity. And all the other blockchain or roll-up networks that integrate with Babylon and integrate with Bitcoin, they are not Bitcoin secure networks, but Bitcoin supercharged networks to enjoy both security, liquidity, and as well as Bitcoin users. Okay. So yeah, if I may to use animation to describe Babylon, Babylon is the trustless open port of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a planet, a relatively closed planet that is not open to anyone else. Babylon is its first and most important port that extracts value from Bitcoin and then distribute it to the entire universe. So Babylon is the port. And when we design protocols that extract the value of Bitcoin, our first principle is security, which means we make sure whatever we develop is safe to the Bitcoin holders. It's trustless, self-custodial, no counterparty risks. That's why we call Babylon the trustless open port of Bitcoin. Yeah. We can also draw some real-world analogy about what Babylon is. You can also think of it as, say, Singapore or Hong Kong, which connect two very big worlds in the middle and provide a value channeling as its core value proposition, and then it grow its own ecosystem on top of it. Yeah. Legal disclaimer again. Yeah. And that's all for me today. Thank you very much, everyone.